All right, all right. Well, good morning, everybody. Good to see everybody today. We're about to get started.
Welcome to the Monday Motivation with Eric and Friends podcast with your host, Eric F. King, featuring world-class speakers, coaches, and consultants. Join us every Monday as we dive into empowering conversations that motivate, inspire, and educate entrepreneurs. Kickstart your week with valuable insights that help you not just survive, but thrive. This is your go-to podcast to start your week strong and live your best life. Let's make Mondays the fuel for your success journey.
All right, all right. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Motivational Monday. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Eric F. King, and I have the pleasure to share the stage with Leah Garcia, Zan Anagru, Amberly Shreve, and Annie Awesome. Welcome, everybody. This is going to be a great show today. We are talking about building self-confidence. And, I think that this is such an important topic for this reason. In life, we have all these goals and dreams and aspirations. And I think people have this misconception that the way you become successful is to have maybe a lot of education or to be a straight A student or to come from a family that already has success or come from the right country. But there's actually nothing more important than having self-confidence. And one of the things I do, one of my pastimes, is I read biographies. Probably read like 250 biographies. And one thing I find that all successful people have one thing in common. They just believe in themselves. They just believe in themselves. It doesn't matter where they're from they believe in themselves. So we're going to talk about this. So appreciate everybody being on today. Definitely share this with more people because we're going to be here for about an hour. All right. So we're going to kick it off. With my good friend all the way in California. All right. She in California, let me just say it's 4:03 in the morning. So she woke up early to be with you all. She could have been sleeping, but she wants to be with you. All right. So let's definitely take notes on what she has to say. She is a financial strategist. And people say, well, Eric, why do you bring a financial person to talk about to join us in every meeting, even if we're talking about marketing or confidence? Because guess what? Finances are important, right? They're important in life, right? If you don't talk about it, you won't have any. So let's talk about it, right? People say, well, money doesn't bring you happiness. Well, broke doesn't buy you anything, right? Like Leah Garcia says, right? Doesn't buy you anything. So Leah Garcia is a black belt in martial arts, a third degree. So we know she's a very disciplined person. And I've learned so much from her in terms of making money, investing money, all things money. So without further ado, let's send it out to Leah Garcia in California.
Thank you so much, Eric F. King of Collaboration, and happy Motivation Monday. Listen, folks, I got up at 4 a.m. and I am fired up. Yes, money isn't everything, it's true, but it's just right up there with oxygen, right? And I believe that when we get our money right, when we get our money straight, every area of our life will improve, in our faith, in our family, in our finance, in our fitness, in our fun. We call it the 5 F's. So we're going to talk about how to build your money confidence. I'm going to give you 3 quick tips on how you can build your money confidence. Well, number 1, get a spending plan. Folks, I don't believe in budgets. I don't talk about budgets. I think that budgets are punitive. We feel like we're being punished. We're on lockdown. We're in the timeout. Listen, I talk about creating a spending plan. We have to know where our money is going. And really quick, I want to talk to the women in the house. If you're a woman, you have a significant other, and your partner handles the money, you need to get involved too. Do you know I get phone calls almost every week from somebody who's suddenly single? either their spouse passed away or now they're divorced or what have you, and now they have to look at the money and they've never handled it. Get yourself involved in the money, in the spending plan. Doesn't mean you have to take it over, right? But just start to learn some things, know where things are, know where your assets are, know where your bank accounts are, and how to access things. So, and if you would like a spending plan tool, you can download my free ebook. Also, you got to track your debts. You have to know how much you owe. And I don't mean just in dollars. I want you to know the interest rates that you're paying. I want you to know your minimum balances, because interest rates can change. If you miss a payment, a lot of times credit cards will change your interest rate. So you have to be very aware of what you owe. Don't assume, right? And look at your car notes, student loans, personal debt, mortgages, and know exactly what you owe. Anything that you owe or anything or anyone you owe money to is a debt. I know. It's okay though. And number 3, know your net worth. That means add up all of your liabilities and all of your assets, right? Which includes your stocks. It includes your 401ks, pension, equity in real estate, is all of your assets. And by the way, if you add up all that and you don't have anything, did you know that life insurance can create an instant account? You can instantly be worth millions just by having life insurance, folks. And I can help you with that. It creates an instant estate. And you know what? We have to increase our money mindset. And how do we do that? The number one thing I say is we have to forgive ourselves. A lot of times when I start working with the family, they start telling me about all the things that went wrong and the things that they didn't do and what they should have done. Listen, number one is we have to forgive ourselves. All progress starts by telling the truth, and we got to tell the truth to ourselves. We cannot change what happened yesterday, but we can push the restart button today. And every single one of you can do that. Listen, folks, if this is resonating with you, then it's time to push the button, reach out to me, because it's called the law of diminishing returns, diminishing intent. If you don't do it now, you won't do it later. You're going to put it off and procrastinate. And we have to start believing in ourselves. You can do this. I believe it. If you are here, it's because you can do it. You invested the time this morning in yourselves to get up early and to invest this time in yourself. And listen, if we could believe in Santa Claus for 5 years, we can believe in ourselves for 5 minutes. So that's my time, Eric, and I hand it back to you, Mr. Eric F. King, and I'm excited to hear from my esteemed colleagues. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Wow, that was powerful. What a way to start the day and a way to start the week. You got me fired up, Leah. I thought I was fired up before, but now I'm really fired up. Thank you so much. All right, so we're going to keep it moving. We are going to go now all the way to the East Coast, to Maryland, to hear from another good friend of mine. And this woman here, look, first of all, if you want to learn how to build relationships, how to build business relationships that last, right? If you want to know how to, stay in contact with your clients, right? This is the person you need to listen to. All right. She is one of the best that I know, one of the best at networking in the world, right here. So take some notes. All right. And like I said, she's in Maryland. We call her the Gratitude Consultant. She's helped so many people all over the world. So let me send it over to my good friend, Amberly Shreve. The floor is yours.
Eric, thank you so much. And it's so great to be here with Leah, Zion, Annie, and of course, Eric. And it's such a pleasure to be here with each and every one of you. And, building self-confidence is not always easy. And I know people don't want to hear that. They're thinking, well, gosh, shouldn't everything be easy? No, anything worth having is going to take some effort and it's going to take some work, right? So we have to start from the basics. We're going to really be honest with ourselves and understand our strengths and values. Because once we really understand that, we know, okay, I'm not great at these areas, but I want to learn more about those. So we surround ourselves with people that are going to help us grow in those areas that we are maybe not as strong. So we're going to set small and achievable goals. If If I come to you and say, oh, hey, this is going to take you 1.5 years to do, you're going to look at me like lobsters are crawling out of my ears, like 1.5 years. But setting small goals that you are going to be able to reach daily, weekly, monthly, you're seeing results. It's keeping you motivated. You can actually see what's going on. Those are the things that are going to keep you going each day. Remember that 1%. You're doing something each day, whether it is for yourself, your family, your business, your mindset, your outlook. All of those things are going to shape and help you become the best expansion of yourself. You're going to focus on your personal growth. How are you growing as an individual? Spiritually, physically, mentally, all of those things, believe it or not, make a difference. Your self-talk, how you are showing up for yourself, that is one of the key points that I have to tell you. Someone who is not being kind to themselves, how in the world are you going to help someone else when you aren't loving yourself the way you need to? Those things are truly, truly important. Taking care of your mental health, your physical health. Remember, if we're not eating well, if we're not taking care of our bodies, we are not going to feel well. We're going to be lethargic. We're not going to be able to think clearly. All of those things play a huge role. And I will tell you, in relationship building, in any business, people want to see who you are as an individual. They want to see the example that you are setting for others so that they can learn something. Everyone doesn't have the answer to everything. And if they do, they're not being honest with you, because we're all learning and growing each day. And that's real talk right there. Your growth mindset has to be on point. You have to know that inside your brain, you know this is achievable. You know that these things that you are striving for, you are going to get there. And you write them down, and each day you check them off, because I'm telling you, all of these small pieces are just leading you to something huge. It's leading you to bigger dreams and bigger goals. And people are watching. Your kids are watching. Your colleagues are watching. Your family's watching. Your friends are watching. And believe it or not, you're watching too. You're watching all of this take place. And finally, reflect and adjust. Reflect, maybe not each day, but each week, each month. Reflect on the wins. Celebrate the wins. Go back and say, wow, look how far I've come in just 30 days. You need to be able to reflect on all of the things that are happening to you each day, all of the things that are taking place in your life. So that way you can grow from them and teach someone else. I am huge on relationship building. All of these things increase confidence. They are going to help you build the person that you truly want to be. And I want that for you. I want that for you so much. Please reach out to me. I'd love to chat with you, talk about how you're connecting with your colleagues and your community during the holiday season that is upon us. I want to talk about your business, how I can bless and serve you and support you so that we can all do life together in such a beautiful way. Eric, back to you, my friend.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Amberly. That was a TED Talk. We appreciate you. Powerful, powerful information here. So thank you so much. Welcome, everybody. For those of you that have not put a comment in the chat, we want to hear from you. Okay. So welcome to Miriam, to Tammy. Welcome. Coral from across the pond. Welcome. Abidoye. Welcome. Let's see who else. Bill, welcome. Welcome, everybody. I know there's a lot of people that haven't said anything. So what I want you to do is just tell us where you're zooming in from today. All right, just put it in the chat where you're zooming in from, so we can so I can shout you out. All right, and also we want you to ask questions. All right, so if you can think of any question pertaining to this topic, put it in the chat so we can answer the question for you. And always start by saying question and then ask the question. That makes it really easy for me to see it. All right, okay. So we are going to keep moving. We're going to keep moving. Our next speaker. So now we were in Maryland in the East Coast. Now we're going all the way to Europe. Yes, we are global, folks. We are international. All right, we're going to Europe to a good friend of mine. This gentleman makes people famous. Would you ever like to be famous? I mean, I'm not talking about like Michael Jackson famous, but famous where at least people know about your business, right? Right? Yes. I want to be able to still go to the mall and not. I don't want people to tear off my clothes, right? I don't want to be that kind of famous, but I do want to be famous where everybody knows about my business. Yeah, everybody knows about my business. So that's what he does. That's what he does, folks. Right? He introduced me to LinkedIn audio rooms, and it exploded my business. I met Leah from there. I met Zion because of that, right? So this is a gentleman that's helped a lot of people. He's a marketing genius. So you want to take out your pens or paper or, oh, that's old school. I'm sorry. Take out your phones, your phones and your iPads to take some notes. All right. Without further ado, I'm going to bring on to the stage my good friend, Annie Awesome. The floor is yours. Okay. We can't hear you, my friend. Okay, we still can't hear you. No, we can't hear you. Okay, no problem. Give him a second. Give him a second. Let me just talk about him for a little bit. So this gentleman here has helped so many people on LinkedIn. They should name LinkedIn after him. I'm telling you, he's okay. Now you're actually muted. You actually muted yourself now. All right. So what I'll do is I'll just keep going, and then I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you, my friend. All right. Okay. So let me go. Let's see. Should I come to you, Zion? Are you ready? Okay, all right, let's go to Zion. Let's go to. I know he likes to close it out, but let's go to Zion. Let's go to Zion. All right. So the next gentleman hails from Nigeria, and we call him Mr. Positive Energy. And the reason why is after you hear him, you will realize why people contact him from all over the world to help them in their business, because he puts like an injection of energy and positivity into your business, into your life. He's a young man, but he's brilliant beyond his years. All right, beyond his years. So without further ado, I want to send it out to my good friend Zion Energuru. Zion, the floor is yours.
All right, Mr. Eric, thank you so much for that wonderful and profound introduction. It's always exciting to be on the same space with like minds, person of Leah Garcia Ambali, and also Mr. Annie as well. And to everyone in the listening lounge who are joining us from all over the world, we want to say a very big welcome to Monday Morning Motivation. What we bring in here a practical step in which you can use to be able to improve your life and become a better person. And today's discussion, it's very, very powerful, and it could resonate with each and every one of us, especially me, when it talks about building self-confidence and the strategies for you to believe in yourself. I tell you, I used to be a very timid person. I used to be very shy. I used to be scared, put myself out there. And what we are sharing with you today are practical steps that has really impacted our life. And we know that these steps too can also impact you. But firstly, I want to encourage us is the journey of self-confidence. It's a journey. When it comes to self-confidence, it's a journey. It's not something you arrive at it. No. The more you get confident, the more you get confident. The more you are getting confident, the more the confidence comes. So you must recognize that it's a journey. And the reason why self-confidence is important is the amount of confidence you have in yourself is proportional to the amount of confidence you can have in your goals. You can have in your aspiration. You can have in anything you do. So that's why we are bringing this awareness for you today. So believe in yourself, because it has a direct effect in everything that you are doing. Then the first strategy I will share with us that has really helped me in believing in myself and building my self-confidence, it's be authentic. Be authentic. Be real. Be yourself. The best person you can be is yourself. It's very easy for you to be yourself, talk like yourself, walk like yourself, dress like yourself, act like yourself. But it's more difficult when you're trying to be like somebody else. So being yourself is one way for you to boost your self-confidence. You're not trying to impress. You're not competing with anybody. You're not trying to compare yourself with people around there. So believe in yourself and be authentic. Be real. Be real. You know, being authentic is something that most people find difficult because we're in the age of social media. You know, everybody wants to be like that person on the internet. They want to show off like the other person. No, the best person you can be is yourself. When you come into a place, you are being yourself. You don't have to impress. You are not scared about what people will say. You're not scared about how people will see you, how people will approach you, because you know you are yourself. You're not scared somebody will catch you that you've lied or you said something that is not true. You are coming out being yourself. So one way for you to improve your self-confidence is be authentic. Be your original self. Secondly, this has really helped me a lot. Positive self-talk. We need to learn to encourage ourselves. Learn to encourage yourself through positive self-talk. For me, there's one thing that has really helped me is I talk to myself every day. When I wake up in the morning, Zion, you are the best. Zion, you are amazing. Zion, you are wonderful. Zion, you have all it takes to succeed. Today is going to be a great day. Today is an amazing day. Now, because I say all these things to myself, it doesn't matter what people are going to say. I know who I am. I know what I've told myself. Somebody might say, oh, today is a bad day. What? It can be a bad day for you, but for me, it's a great day. Positive self-talk. So learn to encourage yourself. Learn to speak to yourself. It's important. For most of us, we are waiting for other person's opinion, people's approval. You know, people go ahead. No, your approval starts with you. You need to approve yourself. The best approval you can get is the approval from you. So if you want to build your self-confidence, learn to talk to yourself. Then thirdly, one way for you to improve your self-confidence is learning and self-development. Imagine we are all here, we never spoken on stages before, and we are coming to speak for the very first time. We are going to see the anxiety, the fear, we'll be scared to make mistake. But because we've learned it over time, we are not afraid to come and share with you guys. So learn more, develop yourself more. You know, there's a way you're going to know something when you're talking with so much confidence. Like you can look into people's eyes because you know what you're saying, you know what you are doing. But if you don't know what you're saying, you have you'll be stammering, changing or saying one word several times. So put yourself in a place where you are learning and developing yourself every day, because what you know gives you confidence. What you know gives you assurance. It makes you believe more in yourself. And another point is surround yourself with the right people, because there are people in our life, they don't believe in you. No matter how much you believe in yourself, they will not believe in you. They will always say negative things. They will always say things that doesn't align with you. If there's one thing I've learned that has really helped me build my confidence, it's surrounding myself with amazing people. You saw the way Mr. Eric introduced me. Whoa, that's a morale boosting introduction. Now, even though I had nothing to say, but because he has introduced me in a grand style, my aura was just going up. If you could see my head rising, we'll have seen it on the screen, but you cannot see it. The confidence was just boosting. These are things that are very important. Surround yourself with somebody that can look in you and tell you how beautiful you are, how amazing you are, how talented you are, how skillful you are. It's very important, because when we hear these things, it has a way of giving us that courage, that motivation, that extra energy we need to be able to do what we do. And lastly, I'm always proud to say this because I'm a Christian. I'm proud to say I'm a Christian. One thing that has really given me confidence is my confidence in God. I tell you, my confidence in God is directly proportional to my confidence in myself. The more I trust God, the more I believe God, the more I depend on God, I can trust myself as well, because I know whom I believe and I'm fully persuaded. And thank you so much for listening. I hope I've been able to inspire everyone who have listened to us today. Mr. Eric, I yield the mic back to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, John. That was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. There's something you said that resonated with me because I heard this last week. And it said, someone said, social media makes you think that you need to catch up with people that you have already passed. You know, and that's basically what you say. Like, you see other people and you're like, oh, I need to be like that person. And you've already passed them, but they just look good. They just look good, right? So you have to be yourself. I love that. So appreciate that. So let's go back to my good friend, Annie. So see if you can unmute there. You're muted right now.
No. We'll try again, Eric. We'll
There
try
you
again.
go. There you
Who
go.
knew that they could change your mic settings on StreamYard automatically? I
Okay.
do now. Right, I've learned something new.
Yes, we learn as we go. Go ahead, sir.
Now, welcome, my friends. Sorry about that. Look, I think self-confidence is key to everything that you said earlier, Eric. You know, it's that feeling we have inside, that feeling of just knowing. We just know that we can, and we will, and we can achieve the goal, whatever that goal is, right? I think that it's something that truly has to be worked on inside us. There's many things. Everyone's mentioned many of the good points that come to self-confidence already, right? So I'm going to maybe just reinforce some of the messages that you've said already. I guess I'll try and share 6 things I think are important. There's a lot more than 6 things, obviously, right? In self-confidence to be where we want to be. So I'll definitely agree with Zion on the first thing. Be yourself. You know, there's nothing worse than achieving something when we're pretending to be someone else. You know, how does that give us any sort of good feeling? See, we need to be ourselves and show up every day with our mind, with our body, with our soul, and the way we are, right? Because that way, when we achieve something, we know it's us that achieved it, right? We can celebrate because we didn't fake it till we made it. It's us as we are. There's a lot of value in that. Let me assure you. You know, that's the rule number 1 for me. Second thing I would say is, set big goals. Set those huge goals. Life is easy when we're aiming for little things, right? Small achievements. Yes, there's a place for it. Amberly mentioned, build on the little things to get big wins. I say go big. There's no point us thinking that the big things are beyond us. And as humans, we do that quite often, right? We think other people are there to be the geniuses, the successful ones, the millionaires. They're ones to serve millions of people. The Bill Gates of this world. Why not us? The thing about setting those big goals is that we get to play big games, right? And each time we win in a big game, our confidence goes up immeasurably, much more so than if we won a few small games. So let's aim for those big games. Let's aim for the moon, essentially, right? Maybe we don't get to the moon. At least if we get to the stars, we've done amazingly well, right? We'll be happy and we'll know we can definitely do big things. As we go for the big things in life, I say, you know what? Be kind to yourself. Things will go wrong, as Leah said. Things are guaranteed to go wrong, right? It's how we face those things that do go wrong. But again, Zion mentioned that we can be quite harsh in our self-talk. When we speak to ourselves, we have to not be more than nice, be more than we'll be to a friend, right? We won't say to a friend, "Oh, you're stupid. You should never do that." We say that to ourselves very often. I'm terrible. I'm awful at this. I'm the worst there ever has been. Stop that sort of self-talk. Instead, build yourself up. Do the affirmations every morning. Do the affirmations every end of every day. Even if you don't believe it, tell yourself that you are able, you are great. You're exceptional at what you want to do. So I spend every day I wake up, I am a great publisher. That's what I start out every day. Yes, I run £1 million company. I serve big clients. I publish loads of books. I'm saying this is part of what I do, right? So my self-talk really is about boosting myself. And just one day, all of a sudden, it clicked in my head. You really are that person that you talk about every day to the mirror. Be the same. Talk to yourself the right way and give yourself the confidence you need. Even if you do something wrong, look, again, Amberly said this earlier. Let's learn to review our performances. Let's learn to review our experiences. I do mine every day. End of the day, I'll review how the day went. What went well? What didn't go so well? And maybe more importantly for me is, what can I learn? And I guess I'm always mindful that when it comes to learning, we're talking about 2 things. A lot of people spend their time learning about mindset, self-awareness. which is not. It's of course this topic falls on self-awareness. Yeah, it's very important. But please don't forget that your technical skills matter too. The reason we can't do something is not always because of our mindset, it's because sometimes we're not skilled enough and knowledgeable enough. Let's take the time to always learn more, do more, and we can be better. We can do better, right? That's how life works. So the last I'm going to say to you, my friends, at number 5 of my list, but it's more like number 7, what I've talked about so far, is when you do your review, when you do win, celebrate your wins. Take time. I do a little dance around my room when I get a new client every time. I learned that from years ago. And I celebrate little wins because life is hard. And if you don't celebrate the wins, all you're going to remember is the disappointments, the things that went wrong. If anything, I say keep a wins book, a book where you write down all the good things that happen to you that you do in the course of a day. When you're feeling a bit down on your confidence, can I really do this? I don't know. What if I fail? Just open your wins book and you see how many things you've done right and how far you've come in life. That's normally enough to build you back up to where you should be, and you can say to yourself, I can do this. Of course I can. And I will do this. And then you do it. That's me, Eric. That's me for today, my friend.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Annie, you always drop some gems, and we really appreciate it. I want to also welcome all the new folks. There are a lot of people that have chimed in. Let's see. Welcome, Andrea. Welcome, Theodis. Good to see you. Antoinette, good to see you. Maria, welcome. Bethan, welcome. Barbara, good to see you. Let's see. Wow, we have a lot. Fumilayo, good to see you. Welcome. Doris, good to see you. Habiba, welcome. William, good to see you. Let's see. I can't pronounce your name. Ona, last name. Welcome. Appreciate you. I don't want to mess it up. Mary Jana, welcome. Simran, welcome. Paulette, good to see you again. Charito, welcome. Alicia, good to see you. Laverne, yes, good morning, family. Yes, you are part of our family, Laverne. Appreciate you. Let's see. Wow, we have a lot of people. You see, like I told you to put it in here. Now I can't read them all. Mohammed, welcome. Okay, that's a good problem to have. So, Henry, good to see you. All right, we appreciate everybody being here. So let me just share my points real quick, and then we'll get to the questions. It seems like my speakers broke into my house, came to my nightstand, and stole my notes. Because everything I'm about to say, they said already. So, but instead of coming out with new points, I'm going to reiterate what they said, because if we all are saying the same things, it must be important, right? Sometimes we need to hear it over and over again, right? Repetition is the mother of all skills. So we need to hear it over and over again. All right. So I'm going to give you 4 points, folks. 4 points for your notes. Number 1, to build self-confidence, you need to set small goals. I call them mini goals, right? Like people say, well, my 5-year goal is to make $250,000 a year. My 10-year goal is to be a millionaire. Let me tell you something. Your long-term goals are not going to make you the success you want. They're not going to create that success you want. It's your daily goals. Okay. So throw all that away. Within 5 years, your whole everything's a change anyway. Right. What are you going to do today by the end of the day? Okay. You want to set mini goals. Another benefit of setting mini goals is once you achieve them, then you're excited to achieve more. Right? Success begets success. Right? You're excited to achieve more. If you're focused on the long-term goals, you'll never get there and you're never excited. Right? So you're like, I've been at this for 20 years, man. This ain't working. You know what I mean? You need to have mini goals every day. Have a goal by the end of the day. What am I going to accomplish? All right. Number 2, focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. Look, I don't know some of you here, but I know something about you is you have a strength. Everybody has a strength. The problem is a lot of times we focus on our weakness because that's what people talk about and that's what people focus on. You know, your child comes home from school and they have 2 A's, 2 B's, and a D. Honestly, what are you going to talk about the most? Most people will talk about that D. I can't believe you got a D. I mean, people are getting A's, and like where I come from, their parents always say, well, if people are getting A's, they don't have 2 heads. Why are you getting a D? Right? So we tend to focus on the negative. And then the D, we're trying to pull it up to a C instead of us to focus on that A and be the best in the world at what we're good at, right? Be the best at what you're good at. Look, there are a lot of things I'm not good at. But you know why you don't know? Because I don't focus on that. I focus on stuff I'm good at. I'm good at speaking. So I speak all the time. I'm good at networking. I'm building and I'm edifying people. I'm good at that. So I do that all the time. So you all don't know what I'm not good at. Right? You don't know. Right? So focus on what you're good at and get better at that. Right? The world pays you for excellence. They don't pay you for average. So be excellent at something. Don't be average at everything. All right? All right. I didn't even mean to say that. That just came from somewhere. That was brilliant, though. I think that was a brilliant moment. I think that was a brilliant moment. All right. So, and now, look. I think it was Annie that said it. Build yourself up. You see what I just did to myself? I just made myself feel good about what I just said, right? Build yourself up. If you don't do that, people won't build you up, right? Build yourself up. Be proud of yourself, right? Be proud of yourself. All right. So that's folks. The next, number 3 is surround yourself with positive people that are moving forward. You know why most of my friends, when I tell them about my project, I'm about to write a book, I'm about to create a business, you know why they always say, oh yeah, Eric, that'll be great. Because they're moving forward too. They have goals too. If they didn't have any goals, they'll be shutting mine down. People, look, the best way to kill a big dream is to introduce it to a small mind. The best way to kill a big dream is to introduce it to a small mind. Stop introducing your big dreams to small minds. All right? Stop introducing your big dreams to small minds. Stay around people that celebrate you, not tolerate you. You know, I say it a lot and it's controversial, but I'll say it. I don't mind being a little controversial. If you're with somebody that keeps putting you down, telling you you're not going to amount to anything, you need to leave that person and find someone that believes in you. I said it because I don't want you to be miserable for the next 10, 15, 20 years. All right? This is a short life here. Don't let anybody kill your spirit and kill your dream. All right? Okay. So, surround yourself with positive people. Well, okay. So, many years ago, I was I think in my 30s, and I met this lady who was so beautiful, like the most beautiful girl I've ever dated. She was so fine. But the problem I had with her is she never believed in the things I believed in. Right? Like, I wanted to be an entrepreneur. She said, just get a good job. Like, and then I had to decide, okay, do I just want to be with this pretty girl and not achieve my goals and dreams, or do I want to let her go and take off? So I let her go and I took off. And he's smiling and he's like, I would have stayed with the pretty girl. I'm just messing with you. But see, it was hard for me. It was hard because she was like, when I walk into the room with her, people were like, oh my, that's your girl. And what I'm trying to say is it's hard sometimes. But you got to be around people that will get you fired up about your goals and your dreams. You have one life to live. You will not fulfill your full potential in life if you're hanging around with people that don't believe in you. Trust me, they will kill your dream every time. Every single time. All right. And then you're doing a disservice to yourself and the people that you can serve. Because all this talent, all this information you have to help people, you won't be able to do it because some person told you you're not worthy. All right. So Let me stop because I can go on and I can do a TED talk on that. All right. So last thing I want to talk about is personal development. You want to build your self-confidence by reading the right books, listening to the right audios. You know what's funny? I talk to people like Leah, and Leah would tell me something that she learned from somebody else, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I learned from that person too, right? Don't think you're going to learn it. You're going to know this. You see all those books here? This is not decoration. I've read them all. I fed it in my brain. That's why I have a positive mindset. That's why I believe in myself, right? And then I took action, right? So personal development. People say, well, how often, Eric, do I have to listen to these videos or read these books? Every day. Do something every day. You know why? Because negativity comes into your ear every day. Every day. You have to filter it out with positive stuff. All right. So that's all I'm going to share. Let's get to the questions. Folks. All right. Let's see. Thank you so much for that applause. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. All right. So questions, real quick. So Coral asked this question. What roles does self-talk play in developing self-confidence, and how can someone improve that? All right. Good question. Someone talked about self-talk in the panel today. Who was that? Okay. So now we only have like 15, 17 minutes. So let's keep the comments short and sweet, like a minute each. All right. Let me go with Amberly. Ladies first. Go ahead.
Yeah, Eric, this is such a great question. I think that self-talk plays a huge role because of the way that you view yourself, and that is going to come through your energy, your conversations, the way that you are showing up for others. So I think that self-talk is crucial and a huge part of who you are.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Leah, did you put your hand up? No? Okay.
Yeah, that was so good, Amberly. I was just like, that made me really, really think. And sometimes our self-talk is invisible to us. Like I don't know about you, but I got a lot of people in my head, right? And they talk to me all the time. And sometimes we aren't even aware of what our mind is saying, and it happens in autopilot. So we have to start really being aware of that self-talk that is invisible within our head, right? Because we can say all the things outwardly, but it's really what we're hearing inside here. So that's a great, great question. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you. Zion, go ahead.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric. Is one thing that self-confidence will do for you. It helps you to be intentional about your strength. Mr. Eric spoke about recognizing your strength, and that it's good. It's not just enough to know, but self-confidence will put you in a place where you are very intentional about your strength, about the blessings you have in your life, and it will put you also in a place of gratitude. Then positive set, how can you do this? You can write them out on a note, put it on the wall of your room, of your cupboard, or the desk of your office, or have it written out on your phone so that you can be able to go through these things, recite it to yourself every day, talk to yourself. So these are things I do that has really helped me, and I hope it can help you as well. Thank you so much. I read my back to you, Mr. Eric.
Awesome. And Zion, can you just tell everybody how they can reach you, just in case I'm not able to get back to you?
All right, everyone, you can get to me on LinkedIn. I'm always active. Zion Inogeru, the only Zion Inogeru you can find on LinkedIn, Mr. Positive Energy. Do want to reach out to me. Let's go on a journey of positivity together. So thank you so much, everyone.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Annie, go ahead.
See, I think it's a fact that what we hear often enough begins to affect us. And when that thing we hear, as Leah says, is us criticizing ourselves all the time, we come to believe it. We must be bad, we must be terrible, we must be unable. So we must really protect that inside voice. I mean, you must realize we think thousands of times a day. Stanley Green tells you we think 50,000 thoughts a day, if not, to make 10,000 more, right? And if most of that is the same thing we're saying over and over and over to ourselves, same thoughts, it doesn't change, right? And if all we're doing is insulting ourselves, which things we'll never say to a friend, it's going to affect us in the end, right? Flip that over, as Zion says, write down the good things. We can't just get rid of negative self-talk in a vacuum. So replace it with positive self-talk instead. Affirmations, we call it, right? Now speak highly of yourself and catch yourself when you're being harsh on yourself. That's where it all starts, right? Catch yourself. You know, even if we do it subconsciously, you know, stop yourself and say, "No, I'm not an idiot. I'm not a failure, right? Look what I've done." You know, remind yourself. Literally, it's that important. You know, it's the thing that I say that we need to start. If you don't start there, everything else fails, right? Your self-talk is with you all day. Deal with it. Make it work. Sorry about
Thank
that.
you. Thank you so much. How can we reach you, by the way?
So LinkedIn is my home. LinkedIn is where I am most of the time. So just like go on my profile, Eni Osung. I'll put the link in the comments and connect with me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, let's keep going. Another question: what can a person do if they are consistently comparing themselves to others and feeling like they don't measure up? Woo, that's a great question, Carl. Amberly, go ahead.
Okay, so here's real talk for you. The only competition is the one that's in that mirror. And that is it. There is no more competition other than that. Connect with me. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm on all the socials. Every single one of them. Please reach out. I would love the opportunity to connect with you.
Awesome. Appreciate it. All right, go ahead, Leah.
We're waiting. We're waiting for our directions. Yeah, I would say become one of one. Right? Break the rules. What measuring stick are you using? How are you comparing yourself? Like, what's that ruler look like? If everybody else is doing this, then find another way. Do something different. Do something outside of the box that other people are not doing. Folks, there's a way for you to become yourself. Like Zion said, just be you. Just be you. You know what resonates with you. You know what feels good to you. So that's a great question. And you can reach me on LinkedIn. And I also invite you to download my free ebook, The Wall of Wealth, What Your Financial Guru Didn't Tell You. I'm going to put it in the comments. Hand it back to you, Mr. Eric.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Anybody else want to share on this question? Okay, I do have something to say about this. First of all, don't compare yourself to anybody, right? Like you are special. You have certain gifts, skills, abilities, and that's what you should focus on. Don't, like I was talking about how people see someone on social and think they're better than them. They're not better than you. Like people will show you when they get a new car, but then you'll see it driving to the driveway. But then when the car is repossessed, they don't show you the empty spot. So you just think everybody's just having all this great life, They don't show you that. They don't show you the guy, hooking up the car and taking it away. They don't show you that, right? So don't compare yourself. Realize that you have gifts, and you have gifts to share, and you can achieve your goals, and don't worry about whatever anybody says. The biggest thing is don't worry about what people say about you. Bottom line. I know it's hard. I know it's hard, but once you do that, oh my goodness, your life will change. Trust me, your life will change. All right. Anybody else on this question? Go ahead, Annie. Go ahead.
I've got a 15-year-old son. I was talking to him recently, and he, of course, he's young, so he'll tell me about this person's doing this, but that person's doing that. I'm saying to him, why are you worried about what they're doing? What about what you're doing? Literally, the biggest thing that's going to sap your joy is comparison. You are unique. So look, we use all our abilities, all our skills, all our mind, body, and soul to do what we want to do, right? And everyone's on different paths. As Zion mentioned social media earlier, what we see, right? What we see is not necessarily what happens. You don't know my journey. You don't know what I've done to get this far. You don't know what I've learned. You don't know where I failed. You don't know where I've lost a car, as Eric talks about, right? So you and I are not the same. None of us here are the same. There's no point us comparing ourselves to each other, right? We all come with our own unique gifts, unique experiences, and our own unique journeys. As long as it takes me to get to where I want to get to, is how long it's going to take. I'm not going to care how long Leah's taken to get there. Yes, Leah's a friend of mine, but I'm saying her journey is not the same as mine, right? And even if she gets it quicker than me, good on you, right? I'm gonna get there when I get there. When you compare yourself, we always give ourselves the negative. No, we're worse than others. We're never better than others, right?
Absolutely.
So don't compare yourself. Believe that you are better than others. Trust me, you are, right? That's true. That's life.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Zan, Zan, go ahead. Zan, go ahead.
Yes, all right. I think we've all spoken well. I just wanted to add something to read. When it comes to the issue of comparison, it's a mindset thing. It's an issue of mindset that people need to address from their mind. Because comparison doesn't just happen overnight or like magic. It starts from your thoughts, what you're thinking about. For most people, we are always concerned about the things we don't have, but then we are not grateful for the ones we have. So you don't look, most people, we are not counting your blessing. Instead, you're looking at what people have. My question for you is, what do you have? What are your strengths? What are the blessings in your life? You must learn to recognize these things. And if you can recognize them, you will see that you have everything you need. You have everything you need to succeed, to become successful, to be great, to be whoever you want to be. So look inward, count your blessings, be grateful for who you are. It will help you to stop comparing yourself with others. So that's my share on that. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right, so let me just share how everybody can reach me. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm actually on all social except for Twitter, X or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called nowadays. It could change, But anyway, I'm on all social, but LinkedIn is probably the best way to reach me. If you're, I'm known for my studio events, and I have one coming up. So if you are a speaker, coach, author, and you want to be seen on a big stage, we have a lot of benefits to doing so. You get the videos, you get the recordings, a lot of other benefits, and you get to network with a lot of coaches. So if you're interested, just click on studiospeaking.com, and then you'll hear 15 testimonials from people that have been on my stage, right? Studiospeaking.com. So those are for those that are speakers. For those of you that are not speakers but want some information to help you in your business, grab my ebook, 100 Ways to Generate Leads, Sales, and leads and sales, basically. You'll see it in the chat. If you can put it in there, Cole, I would appreciate it. It's easier for you than for me. Okay. So it's 100 ways to generate sales. Now it's going to say for coaches. Now it's really for all entrepreneurs. All right. It's really for all entrepreneurs. All right. So grab that. And like I always say, if you can't find something, just reach out and say, Eric, I can't find it, and I'll send it to you. It's simple. Don't give yourself the excuse. So, well, I couldn't find it, so maybe it's not meant to be. Don't say that. Don't say that. It's meant to be. You just have to do something. All right. Okay. So last question from my good friend Cole from across the pond. How can someone develop confidence when pursuing an entrepreneurial path, or that is unconventional or not fully supported? Okay. So basically, how can you develop confidence pursuing something that people just don't believe you can do, like being an entrepreneur? Right. So that's a great question, and applies to almost everybody in here. All right. Everybody wants to speak about it. All right. So we have 7 minutes. So if we could just do 1 minute each or less. Okay. Leah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the definition of an entrepreneur. You have a vision that other people cannot see. And so if other people can see it, then it's not meant, it was their vision, right? Your vision was meant for you. So I always default to the quote by Cassandra Terry, do it scared, do it with shaky legs, do it even if your voice trembles. Just do it anyway. The only way to build up that confidence is to do it. There's no other way to do that. You can't get stronger by looking at the barbell. Right, by looking at those weights. We got to do the heavy lifting ourselves. Great question. Hand it back to you, Eric.
Awesome. Amberly, go ahead.
Yeah, great question. I love it. I am going to share that there is so much noise. There is so much noise out there coming at you from every angle. And you really have to look within yourself. You have to dive in deep. And in order to close out all the noise, you have to show up authentic for yourself. You don't want to be anybody else. They're already taken. And honestly, you don't want to be anybody but who you are. So really spend some time with yourself. Find out what you love, what makes you who you are, how you can bless and serve others. Share your gifts. You have so many things inside of you that you probably don't even know that you even have. Spend some time with people and have them pull gifts out of you. Do your research. Spend some time in prayer. Spend some time in books and learn and educate yourself on who you are and be able to share that with the world. Back to you, Eric.
Thank you so much, Amberly. Awesome. All right, Zan, go ahead.
All right, thank you so much. Now, if you're an entrepreneur and the first point of confidence, you are waiting for approval from people, I'm telling you, you're going to be frustrated. You're going to tire. You're going to give up along the way, because as an entrepreneur, people might not even support you. But one thing I want to encourage you with, the first point of confidence is from within. And I love it when Amberly said there are many voices. The voice within wins. The voice within you wins. So you have to look inward. That's why I spoke about encouraging yourself earlier. Do not wait from external support. The best support you need is from within. It's an inside-out support. So if you are not supporting yourself, if you are not believing in yourself, no matter the amount of support you're going to get from people, you will not still be confident. So it starts within you. Look inward, because the voice within you wins. So thank you so much, Mr. Eric. I pass the mic back to you.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Go ahead, Annie. I need to put your names up. I need to put your names up, because this is challenging.
It's one day, Eric. It's one day, right? It's one day. Look, and that's been an entrepreneur. It's all encompassing. It's the hardest thing you're ever going to do. Let's face that, right? And it's going to take years to be successful, depending on what your success measure is, right? The first thing I'll say to you, if you want to be an entrepreneur, is create something and get your first customer. Nothing beats that first customer. With that first customer, you're in business. Without the first customer, you are wondering whether you're in business, right? Because you need to make money, you need to sell to make money to be a business, right? From when you got your first customer, to refine that vision of what your business does, how it helps people, and keep delivering, keep serving people. The more people you serve, the more confidence you have. That's entrepreneurship for you. But it's not going to be easy. It's going to take all the things we've talked about today, everything we talked about today, and a lot more, right? But the biggest thing you must bear in mind is everything takes time. Success in business takes time. It's taken me nearly 10 years to get this far. I'm only just getting started. I've just realized. So, bear that sort of time scale in mind, my friends.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Annie. All right. So as we're about to end, let me just share this. This is my piece. When I started studiospeaking.com, before I started, I asked a good friend of mine who had been in business for a long time. She's actually an entrepreneur. She makes a lot of money. And I told her about my idea. And she said, Eric, I don't think that will work. I said, so why not? She said, well, because, the speakers, they like to be paid to get on the stage. So no one's actually going to pay you to put them on the stage. I said, okay, well, thanks for your feedback. So obviously I ignored her totally. I created this business, and we have 15 testimonials on our site in less than 2 years. So here's the thing. My son said, well, Dad, like people send you gifts. Like you get all these gifts. Like I want to do what you do when I grow up so people can give me gifts. I said, well, you don't have to do what I do. You just have to help people. You help people, they'll give you gifts. They'll pay you and give you gifts, right? So my point is, believe in yourself. This ties into self-confidence, and go for it. Don't worry about what people say. Sylvia Crowley spoke on my stage, former WNBA player. I helped her become a bestseller with her book. She thanks me all the time, right? Like if I didn't start, I wouldn't be able to do that. I have some people like literally crying about, how much they benefited from being on my stage. If I didn't start, it wouldn't have happened for them, right? So here's the thing. Don't worry about what people say. If you have a vision, go for it. Go for it, right? Go for it, because you're depriving yourself of the benefits of what you can accomplish, and you're depriving other people of the benefits to them. And you're depriving your family of the financial benefit because you did not go for it. Okay, so that's how I would answer your question. Just do it. You're going to get naysayers. You have to get naysayers. If you don't get naysayers, your dream's not big enough. If everybody says, "Oh, that's easy, go ahead, do it," your dream's not big enough. You have to have a dream where people are like, "You crazy. You crazy." I love that. When people say I'm crazy, that means I'm on track. I'm on track, or you think I'm crazy, right? So we're going to end with that. It's 8 o'clock. Appreciate everybody being here today. Thank you to my team, Leah, Amberly, Annie, Zion. Make sure you connect with all of them. Grab our ebooks, join our coaching courses, whatever we do, and follow us. All right. So we will see you here next time, same place, same time. As always, it has been a plum pleasing pleasure to be with you this morning. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. All right.